What is going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you another cryptocurrency stream. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a professional leverage trader and instructor, and I make my living trading cryptocurrencies with some serious efficiency. If you want to learn how to trade better, head right over to the student program, get signed up. Links are below and above. And for those of you who want to have the little additive edge in the trade field, follow me on my socials. For instance, I changed the color of my eyes, which way I'm leaning in the market that day. Guys, for instance, I put this out on the 5th, and let's be real, we've been cascading down ever since, guys. Just amazing times. When you can predict it days ahead, it's always a gift for many, guys. If you want the little additive edge, follow me on my socials. Today I wanted to talk about Electroneum and Bitcoin, just where I think the price action will be going in both of these coins, and just where we're at in the cycles. If you are not subscribed yet, definitely smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and guys, I'm going to dive right into the price action. Alright everyone, I wanted to start with Electroneum here, and I just wanted to clear off the charts just for a second and show you guys just a very clear vision here. So for instance, we've had a very clear descending channel right here. Okay guys, this is very clear as day, going down just like this, okay, with a downward trend basically, okay. And if we moved it down like that, and then the top, right down and through, we have definitely been moving down this wedge for some time, a very clear point of resistance, very clear points of support. And guys, what I'm watching for is actually just a break of this resistance or a retest of what was a polar support. Now, the reality is for instance, Bitcoin is in a lot of trouble, which is the main coin, leading the way for many, many alts, let's be real. Okay, so I think we have to kind of jump right into cycles here in general with the main coins to really get an understanding of what a majority of the alts are doing. That being said, I think Electroneum does have a lot of good favor. I know they were doing a lot of restaffing recently. For instance, something I did to kind of get a little insider on Electroneum was I applied for positions over there. So whenever they, had a new position opening, I would get an email saying, hey, we have a new position here or here. And there was definitely some restaffing going on over the last several months, maybe even the last 6 months. And I think that affected their price a little bit, and they definitely had some highs. For instance, when we pumped up to 4 cents, and then again to almost 3 cents, and then we've been having a big run off again. So I think we will get another run up, for instance, a breakout of this major resistance, and retest what was polar support now is a resistance. Okay, guys? So that's what I'm watching for, and then use your target projection from here to here. And you'll notice, guys, say like we got the breakout right there. It actually coincides right with that polar support. So I think that will happen, and we'll get a retest, and it might even be a little higher, guys. It could go all the way up to almost 2 cents. But let's play it as it goes, see how it, just see how it plays out. Watch what happens in the immediate patterns. For instance, let's go down to the smaller time frames. And notice, guys, we're still kind of just working this pattern here. Brief moment of overbought territory there where we pumped up, retested the 200, and got rejected. Quite simply, guys, notice the 7 and the 20 crossing right back down, some polar price action moving right back. We need more consistency in volume. For instance, we need volume like this to actually get a consistent breakout here, okay, with a little bit of strength, okay? So that's exactly what I'm looking at for Electroneum, guys. We still have a lot of work to do. What we can actually hope for right here is that we get some good pressure here, and maybe we could be bottoming out just like this, okay? But let's see how that plays out over the next few weeks, and let's see what happens in the cycle. I wanted to jump right over to Bitcoin really quick, guys. That's what I think is going on with Electroneum. I think we're going to get out of this channel eventually. We just need the market to start to recover here. There's lots of talk about a bear market. And guys, we're in an elongated super cycle here. So in essence, this downtrod is just an accumulation phase. We'll be moving sideways and down for some time. There's about 680 some days left in the cycle. And until that halving actually happens, there's going to be phases, okay? An expansion phase after this, then a reaccumulation phase, and then the halving, okay? So we still have some time before expansion phase, and I think there could be some lower times in general, even for Electroneum. So that being said, guys, for instance, you can actually see one of my buys recently here. I took some small profit. Slight loss at the moment on this one. but I think this will come back once we get a pop out of this, and we'll be back in good shape. If it actually reaches down to that polar support again, I will buy a little bit more. Guys, that's exactly what I'm looking at for Electroneum. Let's jump over to Bitcoin. Okay, guys. So I want to talk about a few things here. I wanted to go to the daily. Okay. Now, guys, as you can see just right here, for instance, we had a very clear point of what was support in the trend, which was recently broken. Okay, we're going to make that a nice purple. Okay, because that's the immediate trend. And guys, if you draw the top resistance, you'll notice very clearly the bear flag. Okay, talked about this many videos ago, and guys, we are getting that breakout right now, which does give us a lower target projection. Okay, for instance, if we actually break down out of this flag, took the wrong thing there. Okay, we could definitely be heading down towards that what was polar support, again playing as support. Okay, so a lot of people are asking me, where is the low going to be? What is going to happen? Guys, if we don't get a bounce right now, we are definitely headed down for some lower times. Dare I say 30,000 or slightly lower. I do not think we will go much lower than that. That being said, if you want to talk, the absolute worst case scenario, for instance, previous bull cycles and bear markets have given us prices just above previous tops. So for instance, technically that means it could go all the way down into the low 20s. I don't think that'll happen. I think worst case scenario, we're going to go down into the low 30s, maybe 31, 32, and again, worst case scenario, 28 or above, and then get a recovery or a sideways movement and then a bounce. Okay. We do have a lot of support headed our way coming up soon, and as you guys can see back in time right here, there is a lot of support right there. So I think if we actually get to this place, we will get some strong support and bounce right out of it and see some newer highs. It just might take some time, guys. Remember, we could be leaning all the way into next year before the expansion phase. Okay, guys, so that's exactly what I think is going on. Play your target projections and play your smaller time frames if you're doing fast trades, guys. For instance, go down to the smaller time frames and see what you can see playing out. Okay, like for instance, if you wanted to talk smaller moves, there's definitely some moves right here. Remember to color coordinate, make everything really pop off the page at you. A nice symmetrical triangle measured from the back to point of breakout, and you'll notice that's right where the next pattern begins. Okay, so for instance, when you're looking for these kind of trades, guys, use indication plays and indication buys so you can make these trades a reality. Okay, just in simplicity here. Now for instance, the next pattern we could be looking at could be a few different things just on the smaller time frames. For instance, we could have just a wedge right here. Okay, that could also end up being a flag too, guys. Watch how the support and resistance plays out. We could have an inverse head and shoulders with a very clear point of resistance, assuming we kind of break to the right here. Okay, watch for this to play out and then play target analysis. Okay, guys, so once you actually have a pattern that plays out nicely, look for that target projection. So as an example, let's just use the inverse. Okay, clear point from resistance to the base of the head, the potential breakout, and guys, you can start to see a picture here. Okay, that's exactly what we'd be looking for. Keep your eye on this over the next day or two, guys, because we're going to get these movements, and I really do think Bitcoin has some much better times ahead of us, guys. There's a lot of people saying Bitcoin's going to zero. Guys, that's just not going to happen. It just won't. I think we've all seen the video of this guy ranting, Bitcoin's going to zero. It's going to zero. No way. Guys, it's the future of money, all right? Digital currency is the future of currency. Mark my words, guys. You want to be dollar cost averaging into main coins or even alts that you believe are good projects. In these times, for instance, green logarithmic zones, yes, we could leg down to the bottom of the green zone. Yes, we could have a brief moment where we touch red lines, even for a week. But guys, if that happens, those are gifts. Remember, big institutions are going to spread fear into the market. That is your time to capitalize, not when things are just sitting pretty. Okay, so these are your times to really extrapolate your wealth. For transparency, guys, I even bought some Bitcoin, a day or two ago, and yes, it's a little red right now, but soon that will recover. And guys, as soon as I get more cash, I'll put it more into Bitcoin. Why wouldn't you? It's the only way to extrapolate your wealth in a wheel that is completely broken, guys. I promise you that. You have a good 27 years to make as much money as you can, and with cryptocurrencies, you definitely will do that. And that is all the time I have for today, guys. Just remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.
Audio